Leafs Nation, can you feel it? That gnawing, unsettling sensation in the pit of your stomach? It's the agonizing emptiness left by Mitch Marner, a void that feels like an open wound on our beloved roster. Every day that passes without a definitive answer, every rumor that floats through the hockey world, just twists the knife a little deeper. Are we doomed to watch this team, brimming with potential, stumble because we can't find the right piece? Or is General Manager Brad Treliving, the man at the helm, holding a master plan, a strategic ace up his sleeve that will silence the doubters and propel us to glory? The suspense is unbearable, the frustration palpable. But beneath it all, there's a flicker of desperate hope. What is the plan, Brad? Before we dive headfirst into the swirling vortex of trade rumors and free agent whispers, if you live and breathe blue and white, if the roar of the Scotiabank Arena echoes in your soul, then smash that like button and subscribe. Join our community, let's grow this family, and make sure every single Leafs fan is locked in for this wild ride. Share this video with your fellow fanatics. Let's get the conversation buzzing. What's up, faithful? All good. Welcome back to another video here on your go-to news and analysis channel, the Leafs Insider Report. I'm rolling in this Sunday with a truckload of news, hot takes, and everything about the NHL's most passionate franchise, our Toronto Maple Leafs. Today, we're tearing into the burning question on every fan's mind: who will fill the gaping hole left by Mitch Marner? The search for a top six winger is intensifying, and two names are dominating the conversation. A former 28-goal scorer with a tantalizing upside, and a familiar face with a connection to our superstar. But are these the answers we've been craving, or simply more questions in a summer already overflowing with them? Let's not mince words. The departure of Mitch Marner in that sign-and trade to the Vegas Golden Knights sent shockwaves through the organization, and more importantly through the fan base. Love him or hate him, Marner was a consistent offensive force, a dynamic playmaker who commanded attention every time he touched the puck. His absence leaves a colossal void in our top six forward group, a hole that, if not adequately addressed, could derail our Stanley Cup aspirations before the puck even drops. General Manager Brad Treliving has been remarkably candid about this pressing need. Speaking on July 1st, he stated, and I quote, "Mitch was a top six forward, and we haven't replaced that hole. That's really where our focus is." There's no ambiguity there. The mission is clear: find a top six winger. While the Leafs did acquire Matias Maxelli from the Utah Mammoth, a player who certainly has the potential to contribute in a top six role, Treliving's comments indicate he's not done. He wants to add another player, someone who can inject more competition and, crucially, more offense into the lineup. The urgency is palpable, but so is the patience. Treliving acknowledged the team has just under $5 million in cap space, a valuable asset in this market. "We would have liked to use that earlier today," he admitted, "but if there's not the right fit to use it on, we will take the flexibility." This statement, Leafs Nation, is the crux of our current agony. The desire for immediate action warring with the necessity of making the right move. So, who are these potential saviors, these players who could step into the spotlight and help us forget the sting of Marner's departure? The first name making waves, championed by NHL analyst Alex Hobson of Leafs Nation, is former Golden Knights winger Victor Olofsson. Hobson urges Toronto to sign Olofsson, highlighting his potential. If the Leafs want somebody who they can consider a lock to score 15 to 20 goals, Olofsson might be somebody they consider, Hobson wrote. Let's break down Olofsson. He's a 29-year-old left winger who spent last season with the Vegas Golden Knights after 6 years with the Buffalo Sabres. His numbers last season were respectable: 15 goals and 14 assists for 29 points in 56 games. But here's the kicker, the stat that makes you lean forward in your seat. His career high is a sensational 28 goals, achieved just 2 seasons ago in the 2022-23 NHL season. That's top six production right there. He's proven he can find the back of the net, and at a reported $1.075 million last season with Vegas, he could be an incredibly cost-effective solution for a team tight on cap space. He's a good second or third line left winger, an area of clear need for the Maple Leafs. However, as with all potential saviors, there are caveats. Hobson himself points out the Achilles heel. Like Roslovic, the issue here is the defensive side of the game, plus the fact that he can only play wing. This is a legitimate concern. The Leafs need players who can contribute offensively but also be defensively responsible, especially in a system that often demands two-way play. Olofsson's defensive shortcomings could be a sticking point. But imagine Leafs Nation if Treliving and Keefe believe they can coach up his defensive game, or if his offensive upside simply outweighs the risk. There might even be some familiarity here with former Vegas teammate Nick Roy, which could help him integrate quickly. Is Olofsson the high upside, potentially low-cost gamble that pays off big? Or is he a defensive liability we simply can't afford? The second intriguing name linked to Toronto is Jack Roslovic. NHL insider Elliot Friedman, on his 32 Thoughts podcast, revealed Toronto's interest, and his reasoning makes a lot of sense. It makes sense to me because he has a history with Auston Matthews, Friedman explained. They played together at the U.S. National Development Team, so I could see this connection. Roslovic is also a right-hand shot. You know, he is a veteran. He's been around a long time. Matthews obviously knows him. I'm curious to see if that happens. Roslovic brings a different flavor to the table. Last season, he recorded 22 goals and 17 assists for 39 points in 81 games. Those are solid numbers, indicative of a reliable offensive contributor. While he's often seen as a good third-line center, his versatility and ability to play wing could make him an attractive option for a top-6 role, especially given his right-hand shot, which adds balance to our forward lines. The connection with Auston Matthews is not to be underestimated. Chemistry is king in the NHL, and bringing in a player who already has a rapport with our franchise cornerstone could lead to immediate dividends. Roslovic might not have the pure goal-scoring upside of Olofsson's career high, but he offers more versatility, a more consistent two-way game, and that invaluable familiarity with Matthews. So, here we stand, Leafs Nation, at a critical juncture. Brad Treliving is navigating a treacherous landscape, balancing the urgent need to replace Marner's production with the disciplined approach of finding the right fit. Is he holding out for a bigger fish, perhaps a trade target that hasn't fully materialized yet? Or is he meticulously evaluating Olofsson and Roslovic, weighing their strengths against their weaknesses, trying to determine which player best complements our existing core and helps us finally push past the second round? The pressure is immense. The stakes are incredibly high. Every decision made now will echo through the season, potentially defining our fate. The agonizing wait continues, but the pieces are starting to fall into place. Will it be the offensive spark of Victor Olofsson, a calculated risk that could pay off handsomely, or the reliable, familiar presence of Jack Roslovic, bringing chemistry and versatility? Or is Treliving still eyeing a different, even bigger move? One thing is certain, the Maple Leafs are far from done, and the next few weeks will be absolutely crucial. The burning question remains: when the dust settles, will we finally have the piece that completes our puzzle and propels us towards the ultimate prize? What's your take, Leafs Nation? Are you pounding the table for Victor Olofsson's goal-scoring punch, even with the defensive questions? Or does the idea of Jack Roslovic reuniting with Auston Matthews get your blood pumping? Let us know in the comments below. Your passion, your insights, your voice, it all matters to us and to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're feeling the urgency, and subscribe so you don't miss a single update. I'll be back soon with more breaking news and analysis. Remember, this team is on the cusp, and we're here to bring you every single moment. Thanks for sticking with us, and as always, go Leafs go!